Hello, hello, how are you? I'm not seeing anyone, but we shall continue. So I want to do a revision of Form 4 Geography, Paper 2. We shall do Section A, yeah. Then at a later time, we shall do Section B. So the paper was Paper 2, that deals with human and economic geography. The first question is, what is mining? So of course, it's the process of extracting liquids, solids, and gaseous valuable minerals from beneath or on top of the Earth's surface. The key words are liquids, gases, and solids. Then you must say they are valuable minerals. Then they're not only found on top of the Earth's surface, some are actually found beneath. And that informs us even on the methods of mining, so that we will have underground mining, surface mining, and alluvial mining. Number 2, state 4 benefits of soda ash mining to the economy of Kenya. State 4 benefits of soda ash mining to the economy of Kenya. Most students confuse this question with the uses of soda ash. So you'll see someone saying used in making detergents, used in refining of glass in that question. But you have been asked, what is the significance of soda ash to the economy? So one, it will create jobs, and this will help to improve the living standards, to be a source of government revenue through the taxation as well as licensing of the miners. We will have growth of towns like Magadi town. Yeah. Remember, soda ash is mined in Lake Magadi, so it has led to the growth of Magadi town. Another thing we will talk about is social amenities, which have been developed. These miners need schools, they need hospitals where they can, get all the services. So it has led to development of social amenities. It has led to development of roads. So areas that were previously inaccessible are now accessible. Karibu sana. We are doing revision of paper 2 geography. Yes, thank you for the 12 people on board. So I was discussing about the benefits of soda ash mining and how different that question is from the significance of soda ash. Yeah. So if a student writes an umbrella word like infrastructure, you only award 1 mark. So kindly please tell them to be as specific as possible. Another thing, name 2 methods used in deep sea fishing. So the methods used in deep sea fishing include trolling, we have passailing. Kindly look at the spellings. We have long lining. So others were the muscle, but they have been asked about the methods, so be keen on that. Another thing, state 3 ways in which the government of Kenya is promoting the fishing industry. So 1, it is encouraging fish farming. Another thing, it's providing finances. Yeah, it's also building roads to help access these fish farms, especially those which are far away. It is creating hatcheries for fish. It is doing marketing, especially of external marketing of fish. Yeah, those are some of the ways the government of Kenya is trying to promote the fishing industry. It has also banned indiscriminate fishing, so whereby people are using non-standard fish nets. If you use the small net, let's say like this one here, you will actually see that you're fishing everything, including the fingerlings. So the government bans the use of non-standardized nets to ensure that we will have some species that will reproduce for future use. Another thing, number 3A, apart from the sun, name 3 other sources of electricity. When you hear the word apart from, you're not supposed to include it. So you'll find some students writing solar energy, sun energy. It's one and the same thing, and they have been asked, apart from the sun, name 3 other sources of electricity. So The sources of electricity include water electricity, hydroelectric power, HEP. We have tidal energy. We have nuclear energy. So if they can be specific and write the word like uranium, it's still fine. Then they can actually get to write about wind energy. Yeah, we can use the wind that has been harnessed from the wind turbines to create kinetic energy, which is actually put even on the national grid. So it does work. Yeah. So you'll find others writing about human energy. We cannot tap that into electricity, but it's indeed a source of energy, but it's not electricity. Yeah, biogas, it is a point. Plants and animals, not really. Hi, Laura, how are you? Thank you for joining the live. We're doing some revision of paper 2, geography, section A. Yeah. Then, give 3 reasons why it's necessary for the government of Kenya to carry out a national census. Why do we carry out a national census after every 10 years? One is to know the population size. Yeah, we want to know how big or small the population is. Thank you for the love. Yeah, number 2 is so that we can do planning of basic necessities. Yeah, remember, country like Kenya, we have 47 counties, and all these counties are contributing to the economy, and as such you need to know how to allocate the resources, maybe for construction of roads, the schools, the hospitals and stuff, so they feel a part of it. Another thing is for decision making. Yeah, you want to make decisions like for the IEBC in terms of doing the boundaries. You will be able to know which place has many people and needs to be maybe split, which ones can be combined. Yeah, that is the use of census. It also helps us to know the literacy levels, because people ask questions like, what is the highest education of an individual? So it does help. Thank you for the emojis. They're fun to look at. Yeah. So you can give me other reasons as to why you think it's necessary to do a national census. Also to project, of course, the population growth by looking at the mortality rates and the birth rates. Yeah. I have an incoming call, but let me. Yeah. Another question was identify 2 methods used to control tsetse flies in Kenya. Identify 2 methods used to control tsetse flies in Kenya. So we have spraying or use of chemicals. It's one and the same point. We have creation of buffers. Yeah, we have creation of buffer zones. We also get to sterilize the male. So others were saying about female, but actually the male tsetse fly that is sterilized, like it is made to be infertile. Yeah, we can also talk about clearing of bushes. Yeah, so you'll find some students confusing tsetse flies and malaria, so they will tell you, oh, we try to remove stagnant water. Yeah, others were saying you make the environment clean. No, they need to be as particular as possible and tell us it's clearing of bushes. Yeah, others have spelling mistakes and they'll say rearing of bushes. And to rear means like to grow, and it doesn't make sense. Because if you're going to have bushes, obviously the tsetse flies will thrive. Another question, state 3 negative effects of uncollected garbage on the environment. It's a very common question. So when we have uncollected garbage, of course, it's going to block some of the drainages. Number 2, there'll be a foul smell, and that relates to air pollution. Another thing, it would be an hideout for criminals. That was a very brilliant point my students gave. Another thing, when we have uncollected garbage, we see it makes the place to look ugly, so the appearance will be not that good. Yeah. So another thing you will see them using is that it depletes the aesthetic value of the environment. They're still talking about the same thing. That is how visually appealing the area will be, and we're seeing it will be very ugly. City or countryside viewer, karibu. So, okay. So those are the negative effects of uncollected garbage. So we don't need to have garbage. Even in class, before you go to class, the teacher ensure your students are smart and the environment they are in has no litter, so that it is good for the brain, yeah, to process them as a clean and conducive environment for learning. So yeah, until next time, bye. That was the end of section A. We shall do section B, and that includes a good photograph here. That's what we're going to do in the next live. Bye guys, I love you.